Micah, we got another pursuit here. The vehicle just blacked out. You saw that. He's got hard on the brakes right now. LAPD Central Division chasing this vehicle. Oh, whoa, look at that move. Right between those
shit.
cars.
Almost have a wreck.
Didn't hit those cars, but vehicle has its headlights off, so those cars that he's passing or coming up on, they don't even see him coming.
Almost have a wreck to start. Hold on, I gotta get this tweet out.
He goes all the way across lanes. It looks like he's going to go south.
Gil Levis on the call, KTLA.
Here, as we go through the East LA interchange.
Perfect timing.
The vehicle here at speeds of about 70 miles an hour right now through this transition. He looks like he's going to
Where are we? 5 freeway.
Looks like he might be exiting here, the freeway. Let's get over the interchange, Mike. He might be bailing right there, and he's going to bail underneath. Yep, the door's opening.
Ejectocito under the freeway. No, now getting back in it with his lights off. What is happening here? Night sun blasting on top. Thought he could get away. The CHP units are in pursuit now.
Started driving there. Now we've got the night sun.
Yeah, sorry about that. He's off the freeway here. This is going to be Soto southbound from the interchange.
Is that a driver's? Did they switch drivers?
Driver change.
It was driver change.
They got enough distance from the units to do that, and then the unit was right on them when they hit the gas once again.
You guys saw that? I thought he was going to ejectocito. They're switching drivers like we're running Le Mans.
And they're talking about the underpass. They think that maybe someone.
It's funny because I think Le Mans just ran yesterday. We have a Le Mans chase.
I'm listening to them right now.
A switcheroo off the 5 freeway.
Someone actually jumped out and ran, or if something was discarded.
And we just had a chase a couple of minutes ago. It only went like 2 or 3 minutes, but it was a Dodge Charger, a red Dodge Charger, driving recklessly. We'll show it after this is over. This is live right now. Pico Boulevard in LA.
You'll see the units behind.
Boy, this driver, yeah.
Gil Levis on the call, KTLA. All the choppers are overhead. We might get multiple chases tonight. This is the second one that just made the air. The previous one was really short, but it's those chases breed chases because choppers go into the air. Choppers go into the air, and if there's another chase, they'll be on top of it within 2 seconds. We have a black Dodge Charger on the run now for chase number 2 here.
Very quickly here. Again, this is LAPD Central Division in pursuit. Gil, do we know the circumstances?
That's right. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go chase it.
As it began.
Perfect timing. Just got done with the radio show.
Want on the vehicle right now. We haven't heard the want yet, but I can tell you that the driver was, when we first learned about it, it was at 5th and Main Street.
All roads lead to Downey. For sure. I think we just came through Downey.
Union Station, and then up all the way up over the 5 freeway to the north there, and then got on the freeway. That's where we picked it up. Getting on the freeway there when we went live, but we don't know what the want is yet, but it was high speeds through downtown LA for sure.
High speeds through downtown LA. Now he's going through, it looks like he just blew through that intersection right there.
Blowing through all intersections.
And may have damaged the bottom carriage of his car. Again, we've got 2 people at least in this car. We saw them exit the freeway on
Kyokin, what's up?
Change
dropping some tier 1 subs into the chat. Shout out to one of our most generous community
Central Division was able to catch
donators. Uh-oh, this feels like Ejectocito. This is going to be Ejecto. Here we go. Doors open. Adios. Oh my God, a clown car. How many people can you fit in one freaking car? They're all jumping the fence. These are the fastest men alive. There's an Olympic trial or something for this guy. Is there an American Ninja Warrior at the Olympics? This guy just ran through that entire gauntlet in less than 2 seconds, jumping multiple fences. This person, not so much.
Drop the weapon, drop the gun.
Oh, drop something.
Jumping back over. He's got his hands up, and we're going to lose him underneath the roof there. And here's one other one.
Clown car.
Running, throwing what looked like a cell phone there.
Oh, look at him helping. Look at him helping his boy.
Like they're pretty young. Look like 2 females there.
Oh, they're females.
And possible female.
I don't even know. Look at them run. Scattering like roaches under a spotlight.
That's correct. 3 plus the driver, and the airship is sticking with these.
They're going to pop out the other side.
I believe they have the driver with the pink sweater on in custody, and now they're searching here through this neighborhood. This is off of
haven't seen them pop out yet.
And
they're in that complex somewhere. Shadow moving. Shadow's moving.
Gets really,
let's orbit.
Yeah, this is when the situation gets really dicey. You know, we have one suspect who may have dropped a weapon. We don't know, obviously, if the others are also carrying weapons with them. And now they're in this
doors open over there. Did they run in there?
Refuge. It looks like they're trying to see if that door is
that could be them.
Home here. So obviously, if you were in this,
they're knocking on that door, trying to get in.
You want to make sure that you start locking your doors.
Do not let them in. Do not let them in.
Stay indoors. You know, this is they were willing to run from police, and again, one may have dropped a weapon. So
armed and dangerous.
This house, so
trying to break in.
Be warned.
You got to wonder if maybe this is
look at this angle.
A home of someone they know, or perhaps it's their home. You know, as we often see, they'll go to an area they're familiar with. Not to say that's the case here, but
right.
You know, and again,
trying to go to bed early in the night sun, bless. Now what are they deciding to do?
Into custody, obviously, and do what's required.
Going back. We're going back.
I imagine the perimeter has been set up in this neighborhood already. The Dakota and
I can't believe how fast they jumped those fences.
Right off the Soto Street off-ramp, this coming out of downtown Los Angeles. Again, we saw 3 passengers and a driver, and we know at least one person is in custody, potentially 2. Obviously, you see the other 2 here. They all jumped out of the car and kind of went in separate directions, save these 2 who sort of helped each other over the fence and went in the same direction. And now it appears that
camera work on point from Gil Levis tonight.
On this property with nowhere to run, Gil, as I imagine, units are flooding the neighborhood.
Nowhere to run for sure. They got a unit there on that.
Thelma and Louise out here.
Down the cul-de-sac on the next street over. That's where the pursuit ended. The 4 people jumping out, running into this neighborhood, jumping fences.
We are not code 4. Sounds like they have 2 of the 4.
Either these 2 plus the other one still outstanding, but at this point they have a tight perimeter. Nowhere to go for these people that ran into the backyard here, to the front yard first, and tried to hide under that awning, but then moved to the back here now, and they're still searching for them. Might have gone in the house.
No, they're right there under the sun.
roof.
Yeah, under the night sun.
Oh, you see them? Okay.
There they are.
Under that tree. If you just go in tight, there they are, right underneath that tree.
Okay. Yeah. Good eye.
Well, now they've jumped off the.
Let's orbit.
Yeah, a little bit of. It looks like a little awning or some kind of a shed.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
There's movement again.
They're right under that pursuit tree.
You can see them under the tree, kind of walking around. Obviously, they're pacing, trying to figure out how they're going to get out of this situation. But
they are barricaded at the moment.
It's impossible to run at this point. You know, they're cornered.
Yeah, and now you've got a resident coming out into.
This is when residents don't go outside. The night sun, the way that a moth is attracted to a flame, mosquitoes go into the electric light.
Right on the other side of
you see a night sun, do not go outside.
And he's with his cell phone trying to take video.
This is how you get
going on there. It looks
held hostage.
And, you know, these are the moments that you really need to think about your safety first before
if you go outside, that means your door's open.
Going on in your neighborhood.
They could run inside and barricade.
Over your home, you better believe that there's a suspect nearby, and that's the case here. Not just one suspect, but 2, possibly 3 that are still outstanding.
I thought they were to the right.
1 in custody right now, and we believe that there may have been another passenger in that car that may have fled under the overpass when they changed drivers just at the Soto Street exit, but we're still trying to confirm that as well. So a possibility that there's another outstanding suspect in the area as well.
Gil, what are you hearing in terms of law enforcement presence? And I imagine we'll be seeing more and more units coming into the area.
For sure. You see the termination point. You see the night sunlight looking for those 2 other ones. I saw a flashlight over here on the street it ended. That's Fresno Street. But they're still looking for certainly the other 3. I believe they have the driver in custody. But the
driver switched.
Night sunlight and one other one, and I believe that's where the flashlight that I saw was working. But now look at this, LAPD units there on Dakota here, and we're going to see if they have a spotlight there in between the buildings to find those people.
And there again on screen right is what we just witnessed.
That was when they did the little switcheroo.
At the very least, they switched drivers. Hard to say whether someone jumped out of the car there. I did not see that. But at any rate, just a few short moments later, this is what happened. They jumped out of the car, and there you see
look at that clown car.
The long hair looks to be a male suspect. They are still hiding between a couple of these buildings here, the apartment building. It looks like law enforcement's getting in between those buildings, though. We have seen at least one flash.
That was a creative clown car.
Where we last witnessed those suspects. Hard to say if they're still there or if they were able to scoot away undetected.
Shout out to Pames. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel.
And there's that,
what's that called when they switch under the overpass? That would be a Paul Walker challenge.
And here we go again, just to show you. Okay, that was the video again going under the overpass. But here we're still searching for these pursuit suspects. 3 at this point, Gil, is that how many we're looking for?
It sounds like 3 that they're looking for, and possibly that one with the pink sweater is in custody. So, yeah, we'll continue to look here, and certainly the perimeter is pretty tight. These people have nowhere to go, and it's likely that they got maybe into this property here next door to that where that man was looking out his window, or out his balcony, I should say. And they're still focusing on this area. So the LAPD believes they have a good secured area where these people were last seen, anyways. And really
Continental J, appreciate you, my friend. Welcome back.
We'll continue to track it again.
No.
LAPD trying to bring these pursuit suspects into custody. They footbailed right in this area off the Soto.
I think KCal's over it too. I can switch to KCal.
And the search continues. We'll come back to the scene if anything develops here as the LAPD again tries to bring these pursuit suspects into custody.
Okay, stand by. I'm gonna pull up KCal. Okay. Please be alive. Okay, we're back. We're back. I'm on it, people.
And we saw the young people in the doorway, but either they may not have known that those were the people they were looking for, or if they heard they were armed, that would cause pause, of course. But again, some of them are out of their vehicles. Yeah. And they've got flashlights. And you know what? They don't want that canine situation to happen.
Did I hear Doge?
I mean, LAPD, it's not one canine. They respond out with several of them. And, they'll do a grid search inside the perimeter to be able to try to take these guys into custody. And, we're in one of these kind of, a little bit older neighborhoods where it's hard. You have all these houses that are backed up to each other that are, have an alley in between them without really a road. And then on one side, I think we've got, like, the freeway right there, too. So the officers, don't have a ton of... Yeah, there's the freeway right there. So there's not a lot of they can't really get on all 4 sides of those.
The freeway is also elevated. So if you have any thoughts of they'll run to the freeway and escape, I'm pretty sure it's elevated.
Keep SkyCal overhead.
Oh,
and
no.
The very latest developments just as soon as we get them. But right now, 4 people on the run after a pursuit.
Okay, moving on to other news tonight.
Okay.
Tonight at 10.
Here's what we'll do.
Wild video. It shows a group of bikers punching and attacking a security guard's car. This happened in Hollywood. And KCal News assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk. You're certainly busy tonight. But what?
All right. I have the chase from earlier. We can watch that until we get an update from just a couple of minutes before we went live. Give me a second. I'll pull it up. Please. Okay. Where's this? Where is it? Where is it? Play. Need a replay. Found it.
Outside of a home on a residential street.
Okay. Replay. Okay. Now we just gotta move this over here. Okay. It's so that YouTube versus ad blockers right now is like the funniest thing. YouTube is in a war against ad blockers. That they're trying to change their server so that like the ads are included in the actual video so people can't block them. It's all very funny.
Oh, this driver is wanted for reckless was on the desk, Mike.
Okay. Here we go. This happened a couple minutes before we went live. Multiple chases back to back.
We're told this driver is wanted for reckless driving.
Right. So, Pat, this all started. East LA Sheriff's Department was actually chasing
Red Dodge Charger.
So this is reckless deuce, which is reckless driver or DUI. Now, they really obviously don't know if this person is truly DUI until they get him out of the car and figure that out. But that is what they call it, reckless deuce, which is reckless DUI. They lost it at some point during this. A sheriff's helicopter wasn't far, was able to pick it back up, called CHP. CHP is now behind it, and they have lit it up, and now the car is not stopping. So we've been over this for a couple of seconds here. We just watched as the sheriffs put their night sun on. That's the sheriff's helicopter. We are westbound on the 210, coming into the Pasadena area.
Oh my God, look at these speeds.
There is one unit behind it right now that we're being told. That's our photographer, John, up in SkyCal, giving me that information. But he's going 130 miles an hour, Pat.
Oh, okay.
130 miles an hour in this Dodge.
Yeah, and that's the problem too. When it's that fast, sometimes we know CHP is behind, but you know they may pull back even more because of the speed here, because they don't want you know, obviously, if you're driving recklessly in the first place, they could cause other problems on the freeway with other motorists out there. But they still have the helicopter.
Why is it all
doing a good
glitchy?
job really keeping up with this vehicle.
And we're going fast. I mean, 130 is that's kind of how fast these helicopters. Oh, they're really splitting those cars right there.
Oh my God! Look how close that was.
And this car is a very capable car.
Why is it all glitchy, man? Is my computer that slow or something?
Right past a CHP unit as we come really right at 210, coming up on the 2 freeway, I believe, here right now. Or no, the 210 splits, and it can
Maybe
go
this will
north,
help.
or you can keep going west on the 134, as we're seeing about speeds about 120.
Is it my computer or is it the stream?
That's really fast. And let's see what he's doing here, Mike. He seems to be.
Okay, that might be better.
He was traversing left there, possibly.
Yeah.
I think it's the stream.
Yeah.
No, I think it's the KCal.
But this started, as you say, this was in Temple City?
East LA.
East
LA started it, and then we kind of came up the 605. That's where we started to hear about it when the sheriff's helicopter picked it up. And then we went north 605, west 210, and I believe we just transitioned south off of the freeway. So this is where that kind of weird
so it wasn't me,
area is where
thankfully.
710 doesn't really exist. But so he's going to exit the freeway here, it looks like, and I'm still following the sheriff's helicopter. John is actually still west 134. So see if we're lost in here a little bit. It looks like everyone's kind of trying to pick him up, but he was going really fast, and that's kind of what happens.
Fitzmod says, "That's not a Charger crowd." Got real quiet, didn't they? What car? Think I'm lying to you when I say it's a Dodge Charger?
I think it might be.
That's a Dodge Charger.
Is it trying to?
That's Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
You guys always yell at me for saying it's a Dodge Charger. It's a Dodge Charger. I don't know what to tell you. It's always a Dodge Charger.
If there's any kind of possibility.
Yeah, and if he's at these low enough speeds, okay, now we got
So we were doing 130 plus miles an hour on the 134.
Which is good, but for a second, the sheriff's helicopter kept going. Yeah, and the units are asking for permission to pit the car because we are going so slow.
Say building, is that a mall or business?
It looked like an apartment building.
Okay, it's a big building.
Yeah, now we're, in very inconveniently placed trees, but he is...
Pursuit trees in the way, of course.
All of a sudden going 130 miles an hour to nothing.
Yeah, okay. And stop, and there's a lot of law enforcement.
Yeah.
Right there. So hopefully, I was going to say, Mike, when we get these trees out of the way, but if we can go around the trees, we can find out exactly what's going on if the person is giving up.
Thank you, chat. It's a Dodge Charger.
Really difficult to tell right now. We see officers out of the car.
Yep, with their guns drawn, and our pilot Mike doing a good job of scooting us around over here. But it worked the first time, Pat. He really gunned it, got away from the sheriff's department, and they lost him. So maybe that's what he was thinking was going to happen again. Driver's door's open now, but clearly it didn't work with the
doors
CHP.
Open.
Nope, and CHP usually they stay on the case, don't they?
Yep, they're one of the more aggressive agencies when it comes to chasing. And again, the sheriff's department got rid of this. It was a reckless driver. LAPD probably wouldn't have chased this at 130 miles an hour, but the CHP will.
And maybe that driver knew that by pulling over all of a
Okay,
sudden.
hands are up.
pulling into
Oh, look at him
that,
shut the door with his
building,
foot. That's
parking lot
creative.
there, and
Never seen
it's
that
really
before.
dark, Mike, but can you tell, is he out of the car?
Yeah, he's out.
Put the car in park, turn the lights off.
His back, now back up in the air, and he's walking towards those officers.
What do you think? Someone's going to steal some shit from the car when there's police officers everywhere surrounding it?
What could have been a close call
Right.
on the freeway there, so that is good news. We're just waiting for this code 4. Yeah, we can
Road
see it with his
angel.
hands up.
Give us a road angel.
Right in the intersection for our viewers, right in the intersection of
He's under the doormat.
and Fillmore, just kind of to the northeast of that.
It's like this person's done it before.
And we're
Yep, I know what to do.
Pasadena.
Hands
So
up,
Pasadena is
shirt
just
up.
to the north of where we are
Now
right
I get to moon the police.
We just popped off those freeways. So,
Is that a Brooklyn Nets shirt?
The officers generally not. Oh, they want.
Might be a Brooklyn Nets shirt.
That's a tactic they'll use. Make sure he doesn't have anything in his waistband, any weapons, anything like that. They'll have him turn around there.
Yeah, this guy's definitely done this
Okay, let's
before.
just
He's a
remind
pro.
everyone, this was reckless
He's a
driving
pro at getting
by
arrested.
DUI?
Possible DUI, yeah, that's what the sheriff's department code is. Reckless deuce. They think he could.
Reckless
potentially be
deuce.
under
I'm
the
about.
influence, and that's why
I'm
they
about to
stop
take a
him.
reckless deuce.
And obviously, we'll find out once they are able to take him into custody.
All right, looks like they have him now, Mike.
Yep, we got a officer that grabbed his hands and pulling him back to the patrol car.
All right, well, this
now
one's
we'll
code 4.
clear the car, make sure nobody else is in there. But
Right.
That is
again,
that.
this is probably going to be a code 4 here in just a couple seconds.
Code 4. Before we go, let's see if we have an update on the other chase. Shall we?
Learning environments. The LAUSD board member, Nick Melbourne, championed the proposal.
No.
Photo-free school day policy says that from
No update on KCAL. Let's go to KTLA. Oh, live feed. Nope. Looks like they're leaving. Yep. They're leaving. So either code 4 or they just don't care anymore. All right, my friends. It's going to do it. A little unfulfilling tonight. I apologize again. A lot of these chases have...
Hey, Joe, go ahead.
What's going on? Talk to me, Gil.
Oh, how come I can't hear him all of a sudden?
Oh, he's just communicating with the tower. All right, people. Until next time, maybe we'll get a better chase. You never know. We don't choose the chase life, it chooses us. I'm going to go take my reckless deuce. Maybe we'll get another one. There's still an hour left, and all the choppers are in the sky. Chases breed chases, as we know. That's the thing. You never know. You never know which ones are going to be good. You never know which ones are going to be stinkers or somewhere in between. Just like a reckless deuce. But I'll be back. At Skywob Alerts will be where the alerts go out on Twitter. There'll be no Twitch notification. But until then, season's over. I'm out of here. See ya. I'm back on the radio tomorrow. For those of you that listen to SiriusXM, I'll be back on Give and Go with Antonio Daniels for 3 hours starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So I will see you guys to talk about the championship and all that then. Okay.